Hi you guys, it's Miss Season rolling in with another video. If you haven't, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff to help my channel out. Um, Today I wanted to talk about being humble. Um, Being humble and being a trucker and being humble. Um, as you guys can tell probably, I am in a hotel with a company that hired me on. My job hunt has been extensive. I don't know if you guys recall my last video where I was sitting. I had one extra set of clothing with me for one day. I left out on a Friday, was supposed to return home on Saturday. However, I didn't make it home till Wednesday. And that company, to say the least, they dogged me and then did not pay me like they should have. So when I did return home, I started job hunting right away. What I found out during my search is even though I have darn near 6 years experience of driving, because I haven't driven since 2019, they consider me a new driver. So a lot of places either want 3 months, 6 months, or a year experience. The company I went with, luckily, it was 3 months. But the better companies were 6 months to a year, most of them a year. So I have to work my way back up. I have to be humble about a lot of things. When they hired me on with this company, because it is a mega carrier, I assumed everything was going to be nice, laid out, you know. So the trip here, they wanted me to get a bus ticket. They wanted to send me on a bus. I'm not getting on a bus with nobody. So I drove. They are going to reimburse me for my gas, but, you know, I would have rather had a rental car. But I don't even know how I'm going to get my truck. This hotel, y'all, I went online and looked it up before I left home, which was a 2.5 hour drive. And it was nice. So I think the what's on the website is when the place was new centuries ago is probably where the pictures came from. Yeah. And I got to thinking during my quiet time, my self-reflection time here, about being humble. Because I kind of suspected, in a way, that I was going to run into something that was not of my liking during this process. So thinking about being humble and what I could have done differently to be able to go back to the company that I worked at before I came off the road. I wasn't so humble, in which I should have been humble because I had a good rapport with a lot of people in corporate. Some of the bigger people really looked out for me. There's a little regret there, but you know, it's done. What's done is done. In this field, in the trucking field, you have to be humble because a lot of times it's like, hurry up and wait. You know, you rush to pick up a load and you're going to have to wait 6, 7, 8 hours to get loaded, or even longer than that, sometimes over a day to get loaded. You have to learn to be humble. You go into these shippers' offices and receivers, and sometimes they have really nasty attitudes. You have to be humble. Traffic on the roads, they're not always going to move the way you want them to move. You have to be humble. I say all that to say, damn it, I need to be humble. to be humble. I need to appreciate the little things, you know. And I think a way for me right now to do that is to say, well, you have a job. They didn't have to hire you, but they did. Yeah. This is a tough one. It really is. This hotel, y'all, it has an overwhelming smell of soap. And it's like ivory soap and Gain maybe. And it's strong. And you know why. The hotels, why they have smells like that, to cover up something that is worse. I've started wheezing already. My asthma's kind of agitated. Y'all help me be humble. I'm trying. I really am. But anyway, let's talk about some of the things that I did trying to find a position. There were several places that I really wanted to work at. Bar None being one because of the pay. KLLM. That company is okay, but they're very strict. KLLM denied me a position because initially because I was terminated from a job, and you have to go a year after being terminated from a job to be able to qualify for a position with them. So to me, they did me a favor. That's too much. Come on now. Who else? It was a lot of trucking company. Givens, K&B. There's a lot of companies that I applied for and I didn't qualify because of the time off the road. I did have a trucking company out of Winston-Salem that was willing to work with me, but he said, well, one thing I want to tell you is we are never late with the load. You know what I mean? Does that mean you do paper logs? He said, right. I said, well, thank you for your time. Have a good day. Because if I drive 11 hours, don't expect me to drive 12. Don't expect me to drive 13 because I'm not doing it. I'm shutting down. So, you know, even though there's things out there, they just don't align with my goals. So here I am with another mega carrier. And I'm going to be humble for this next 6 months. I know my truck, more than likely, is not going to be best quality. Maybe sitting on the side of the road some. I don't know. I pray not. But, you know, I have to be humble. I have to be humble and know that I'm working towards a greater purpose. My orientation is tomorrow, so I'll leave here at like 6 and go to the place. I think it's like 15-20 minutes away from here. Go over there and we'll be in orientation, and then probably do the drug test. They do the hair follicles as well as urine. I don't know if we pick our trucks out tomorrow, and I don't know if we do our road test tomorrow, but either way, I'm ready for both. And I don't think they're going to start me until after Christmas. Right now is a really slow time for the trucking industry. So, again, I have to be humble and wait it out, you know. I just wish my creditors would be a little bit more humble, but... I don't know if they have... Well, I'm sure they have more people here that are going to the orientation. I just don't know who they are. And... you know, I don't know. But I'm really looking forward to meeting the people and seeing where this journey is going to lead me. Yeah. Each step is greater than the last. That's what I like to say. Each step is greater than the last. I hope I'm moving in the right direction. No, I know I'm moving in the right direction. Yeah, so be humble, y'all. And I think that's about all I have to say. Just be humble and know that there is a greater purpose. Okay? Love you.